And to the replay crew, hi! Thank you for being on replay. Please don't forget to hit the like and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, please. I would really appreciate that. Or you can hit the dislike if you want, but I really hope you hit the like. And so does Sabrina. Hi, Bree Bree. Anyway, we're just kind of waiting for some notifications to go out. And apparently Bree Bree has decided to join us. Well, her name is Sabrina, but my daughter couldn't say Sabrina when she was little. When she was real little, so she became Bree Bree. And the nickname has just stuck. Hi, Nick Bree Bree. Anyway, hope everybody's doing alright. She's licking my face. Hey, Cricket. How are you? Over here hanging out with Sabrina, aka Bree Bree. She's still here. She just moved. Anyway, I just figured since I seem to be the well, I thought I was the only one awake. Now I think I hear somebody moving. Hey, Mary. I'm so glad to see you. It's been a while. I keep meaning to check in on you, and I keep getting sidetracked. But anyway, like I said, I'm just figured since I was the only one awake here, at least I thought I was, I figured I'd come hang out with y'all. So, I think, oh, Mary, I bet. I was concerned about those storms too. I realize now that they're going to go away from us, but still makes me nervous for the people that are in the path. I'm praying that y'all stay safe. But I don't think, yeah, we don't have any watches here, so. Oh yeah, I bet, Mary. I have been there. We had a back here about 5 years ago. Right at 5 years ago, we had one touchdown about 200, not even 200 yards from my house. Oh, I bet. I wouldn't like it either. But yeah, I heard that one that touched down by our house, and it. Hey, Damien, welcome in. Where are you chatting from? Yeah, I heard the one that touched down by my house, and it's a sound I won't ever forget. I'll tell you that. Would you stop? Hang on just a second, y'all. Hey, stop that. Oh. Hi, Beast. I hope you don't mind if I just call you Lee. Hi, Lee. I don't know if I can say all that. And hi, Bray. Hi, Bray Slays. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I know it's got some pretty bad storms out there. Where's everybody chatting from? I am in the USA in Georgia. I'm in the northern part near the Tennessee line. But I think I'm hoping Sharon will be popping in a minute. I told her I was going live. But anyhow, there she is. Right as I said it. But anyway, yeah, those storms look pretty nasty. Hey, Lori. Hi, Jana. Welcome. It's nice to meet you too. Where are you chatting from? Currently, we just talk about just whatever happens to come up. Just whatever topics happen to come up in conversation. Well, since it is a critter connection, there's one critter. I say, hi, Sabrina. Oh, you have children in Owensboro? Is it? I'm sorry, Jano. That's, I'm keeping everybody in my thoughts and prayers that are headed for that storm's headed for. We thought it was going to hit us here, but apparently it's going to go just to the west of us. Yeah, thank you, Janet. And I hope your children are too. Where are you chatting from? My friend Mary that's in here, blessed to crochet up. She's up in Ohio, so I got other friends that is riding Storm Track. I'm so sorry. I hope they're okay. I got other friends that are outside of Nashville that I don't know if they're in the storm's path or not. Oh, you're from Reno, Nevada? Oh, that's cool. I have a... Sorry about that. I have some friends out in Nevada and my niece also. My niece is in Hendersonville. Sorry, all my chargers decided to act up. Hang on, let me fix that. Currently modding another channel. Are you double dipping, Lori? Look, Lori, and the rest of y'all. But stop that. There's somebody that didn't abandon us tonight. But would you quit? You're gonna make a raw place. Come here. Hang on, y'all. There he is. There's the star of the show. Hi, Dot. Welcome in. Where are you chatting from? Yep, that's Jasper. That's Jasper right there. If you know. Oh, Matrix. Well, hey, Matrix. I was just fixing to say, if you knew Jasper's name, you had to have been here before. Who were you? How are you, Matrix? I'll just call you, I guess I should just call you Todd. How are you doing, Todd? Yeah, Jasper decided he wanted to be where the action is, and so did Bree Bree. Jasper, stop! Hold on just 1 second, y'all. I may have you looking at the ceiling for a second, but hold on just a second. Come here. Come here, Jasper. Sorry. I didn't make you fall. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get him to stop digging a raw spot. I'm afraid he's going to give himself a hot spot the way he's chewing the ceiling again. Yeah. If it hurts and you're hungry, I'm sorry. I was hoping your foot would be healing up pretty good. I'm a bit blonde. Yes, I am, but he changed his name. Yeah, Jasper's going to the doghouse because he keeps chewing this one spot. He's like, but Mom, it's itchy, but he makes raw places. Like last time he made himself almost bleed. So I sit and scratch for him. He's not spoiled at all, y'all. Yeah, to be fair, so did you. Hey, Yadira. Look, Yadira. He didn't abandon me tonight. Oh. He gets so itchy, y'all. Even if I bathe him, he gets so itchy, and I can't I'm afraid to put fleece stuff on him because he has seizures. Does that feel better? I think he likes that. Anyhow, and Sabrina has left me. Nope. Guess I'm going to have to leave my hand there because as soon as I move it, He's back to trying to chew it. You are not getting hot spots. Not if I can help it. No, leave that alone. I'm going to put a collar on. I'm going to put a cone on you. He's going to be a cone head if he don't watch it. Anyhow. Crazy dog. Oh, he's spoiled, but I wouldn't have him any other way. Hey. Y'all. Trying to fix this and keep him from scratching. Anyhow. What you go bark at? You can't see nothing out there. Yeah, the cone of shame. He's going to wind up with it if he don't stop. I have one somewhere. If not, I'll get one. Yeah, he got a few things to say, don't you, Jasper? I will put you back in the bedroom. Anyhow. So how'd everybody's day go? Ours went okay here. Started out not feeling so good, but I feel better. Hubby still don't feel all that great, but I think he's feeling better than he did. Well, hey, Bama Dave, I haven't seen you in a while. You had to wear a cone of shame when you had heart surgery. Were you trying to bite it yourself? I'm kidding. I'm joking. But anyhow, oh, Sharon, Bama Dave, there's originally is originally from a place that you've probably heard of. Just a little town called Flintstone. Right down that way. No pulling staples with teeth. Alright, let's see. Sharon. The first time Dave came into my chat, I wasn't out in the battlefield and he knew exactly where I was. Or at least the first time I remember. Is that better? The only way to keep him from scratching is to scratch him myself. This crazy dog. But Dave, that's Sharon. There is my cousin. She lives not too far from me. Yeah, around here we all recognize those monuments exactly. Especially when it was the Wilder Tower. That one's no. Well, but that one's pretty distinguishable. Right, Jasper? Come here, Jasper. Come here. No. Come here. Yeah, tower's the main one. There we go. He's finally going to stop for a second. See, I just let y'all think that this is my show. He's actually the star. Aren't you, Jasper? See, I'm the star of the show. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, but I'm sure you do, Dave. Sorry, y'all. It's not all that far from Flintstone. Did you have something to say? You want to say hi to all your fans? Yes, to those dealing with that storm. Praying for your safety. I don't try to bring religion or anything into the chat, but, if y'all would just send, for those who know what ones mean, ones is it's kind of like saying that you're praying, sending good vibes, good thoughts, whichever. It just, kind of covers all the bases there. So if y'all would, please send some ones to the people that are in the path of that storm, because that looks like a very scary system. Yeah, Sharon. I remember that. But I ain't gotten there yet, but probably will later. Yeah. One of the neighbors just triggered their own motion light in front of their house, and he has decided to yell at them for it. It's his job to keep the whole neighborhood safe, you know. It's a big job. Forget all the other dogs in the neighborhood. It is his job. You hear it. This is the same neighbor that knows his name but not mine. And I know, well, no, actually I don't know their dog's name. But I know that neighbors beside me, I know their dog's name and don't know his. Living near Cookville now, so it's on its way. I'm sorry, Bama. I'm sorry, Bama Dave. I hope y'all are all okay. Your neighbors are out of control. How dare they go into their own house? And how dare they get home after dark? I mean, my goodness. But it's just funny because he'll start barking. And rude. So rude. But he started barking earlier. Before I could even say anything, I heard the lady go, "Hi, Jasper." Jasper, gotta keep him in line. That's right. Yeah, apparently that little old couple across the street is suspicious looking. Right, Jasper? Say right. Now, will you lay down and stop all this trying to bite it yourself? Lay down. Yo, this dog was the old couple in Dirty Dancing. It was, and I actually was thinking about that as soon as I said it. I thought, wait a minute, wasn't it the I can't think of their names now. Like Wilda Baker or something. That's probably way off, but okay, Yadira. Tell your mom we said hi. Thank you. He is pretty soft, aren't you? He looked at me like, Mom, don't go telling people I'm soft now. I'm a tough guy. This says I only have one person in here. I think it lies. Anyway. So, yeah, I can't either. I'd have to look it up. So I'm guessing y'all heard the YouTubes can't count tonight. YouTube be YouTubing. Thank you, Mary. I'll have to check that once I'm done here. I'll look into that. Kathy had sent something earlier showing one of the tornadoes. It was huge. And another friend said, my friend Susan out in Arkansas said that it's so one of the tornadoes there was like 2 to 3 miles wide. 2 to 3 miles wide, y'all. That is a huge tornado. I mean, I couldn't believe that. I just couldn't believe that they would be that. That'd be that. I believe it, but you know what I'm saying. It's just wild to me that they would be that big. I mean, the one that almost took my hometown off the map was only, I think it was like a mile wide. And that was a pretty big storm. Anyway, So did the Schumachers. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, it was an EF4 that hit our town. About took it out. So did y'all hear? I'm guessing y'all heard the sad news about Val Kilmer. I thought that was pretty sad. Yeah, 2011, Dave. If you don't cut it out. Yeah, 2011 was definitely a rough year. I'll never forget the first thing I heard about when it hit the, about where it hit was my, oh really, Dave? I hope he was okay. First thing I heard, my nephew called. Yeah, that's where Sharon's at. My nephew called and said, first thing he said was, chow time is gone. The old restaurant that was there in the middle of town. And then he called back a few minutes later and said this place was gone. Then we were getting news that that place was taken out, or this place. And it hit here. And it was, I didn't know what to think. Rheingold, that's right. You gotta say it right now. Ryan Hall, y'all. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Oh, Jasper. Are you making sure they don't come back out? Yeah, there was actually kind of like Las Vegas, yeah. Keep us calm because he's been going live for hours. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, Sharon. It wasn't too far from you, and it wasn't too far from my sister either. My sister lived out Alabama Highway at the time. And for those of you who don't know, this town that they're talking about, Las Vegas, is actually Rossville, but it's Rossville is not a good part of town, we'll put it that way. Liquor stores, all that other stuff are just everywhere. So it's Las Vegas. No words for it. That's right. I remember when I got transferred to the Taco Bell there in Rossville. Yeah, you know what Sharon said. Hey, Sandy. Yeah, when I got transferred to the Taco Bell right smack in the middle of Rossville on the boulevard, my poor mama, I think she aged about 5 years. And she was right to worry. If you ain't got pew pew, they give you one. Yeah, they would. That's probably the only Taco Bell that I know of. Hey, Lori, that has off-duty police officers as security guards at night. Standard issue before you leave the hospital at birth. Yeah. But yeah, you know it's bad when the Taco Bell has to have security guards. It only took them 3 robberies to figure it out. That's in under a year. Yeah. But here's my thing. They're giving them guards at nighttime, right? One of the robberies happened during the day. Broad daylight. Yeah, only 3, Sharon. That's all it took. And I was there for one of them. And the late night is 9 o'clock. Yep. Or as soon as it gets dark. It gets dark and the folks go crazy around there. Oh, Lori, I don't, but I was a manager at Taco Bell, and we had to hire off-duty police officers to be security guards at night. Yeah, it has locks like they're Fort Knox on their doors, and I don't blame them. And actually, it didn't do any good. One of the robberies, the doors were locked, and they just busted the window. Yeah, it's in a really, really rough part of town. But there's another one not too far from there. They didn't put a security guard at that one. One on I can't think of the name of the road now, but it's right there at the foot of the mountain. Yeah, very rough part of town. Matter of fact, I remember. Yeah, it used to be nice, but not anymore. I remember one of our security guards, one of our police officers' security guards was a lady. No, 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 not Alton Park. It was yeah, Broad Street. That was it. It's on Broad Street. They didn't give them a security guard. They just gave us one. But one of our lady security guards was and one of our security guards was a lady. She actually was the one in charge of all the ones doing security. But yeah, St. Elmo area. I remember she told me one night. She said, "If I come in here tomorrow and I'm dressed all," she said, "and I'm dressed all funky," she said, "do not call me Officer Becky," because that's what I always called her. She said, "I'm just Becky." Okay. She said, "Make sure everybody knows that if I come in here tomorrow and I'm not in my uniform, I'm just Becky." Okay. She came in the next day. She was undercover as a prostitute. I was like, okay. And there is, I bet, Lori, there is one house that I would in Rossville that I so want to go in, and I don't think they allow anybody. I don't know if they ever do tours, and that's the John Ross house. Right, Dave? It was a side of hepatitis. And who knows what else. Anyway. Yeah, that's always even before we had security guards though, I had a police officer friend that would make sure he cruised around our building several times a night. Oh, you been in the John Ross house before? I really want to see the inside of that. Yeah, I have ties back to like Major Ridge and John Ridge, which were part of the Cherokee Trail of Tears, and they would have at some points they would have been inside that house. And I just think it'd be so cool to go in there where my ancestors would have been visitors. I've already been inside Major Ridge's house. Anyway. See, and that's just so sad. They could at least, allow some kind of guards. Yeah, East Lake's just as bad. Sorry, y'all. We probably most half these people in here probably don't even know half these areas we're talking about. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Sharon. But no, it's like we're gonna have to go down in that area in a few days or in a couple of weeks here for a doctor's appointment. I don't want to go. Yeah, they come here, they'll now know where to avoid it. Avoid Rossville Boulevard at all costs. I still hear y'all. But Callie, there you go. Just say no to Rossville. Anyhow. So how's everybody else's week going? So how's everybody's week going? It is hump day, you know. Ours is actually going pretty good. We decided we wanted to kind of give our little one... Right, exactly, Dave. Exactly. Regardless of where you live, think of the worst area you don't want to be after dark. And you have Rossville. But we decided, we wanted to keep our little one kind of busy, during her spring break, so she could, make some good memories. And we didn't want her to just sit at home. So now there is one place in Rossville that I think is halfway okay, and that's the duck pond. We love going to the Rossville duck pond, and they built a brand new little play area. They just opened it like last week, and it's not big at all. You could probably fit the whole thing in my living room. My living room's not that big. It's just they have one of those playground sets, sort of like you'd find at like a McDonald's or whatever, where they can go up in the duck pond. Sort of like where you can go up in there and slide and climb from the top of stuff. They got that, and then they got a little swing set or whatever. Anyway, we went over there and played, and we fed the ducks, and the rec fields used to be pretty nice. I haven't been there in a long time, so I really don't know. Then we went over to another place. There's another duck pond in another part of the town that's nicer. Went to Camp Jordan and fed the ducks there. She spent the night with my mom on Sunday night. Now today we didn't do much of anything because we really didn't feel that great. But yesterday we went out to eat yesterday, and tomorrow she's going with her aunt. So we got kind of a busy week. Friday they were supposed to do Dave, if you were ever part of Camp Jordan, you may have known my first father-in-law. He ran that park for many years. But she's going with my sister-in-law tomorrow. Then today they were supposed to have a daddy-daughter date, but my husband was sick, so they can make that up on Friday. Saturday we're going to the to the pet expo. So we just decided to make it a full week. But my father-in-law ran Camp Jordan for a long time. First father-in-law. Yep, Sharon, and we got into all those things free because of Raymond being in charge of the place. Actually, when Holly, who I thought might be in here, but she never did answer my text, she might be asleep. Which, for those who may not know, Holly is my daughter. She's actually one of my mods in here, but when she was little, she played ball there, and I went to pay. For the first time she signed up, I went to pay for it. And she told the guy that was doing the sign-up, she said, "My papaw runs the bases." I said, "No, baby, your papaw runs the park." And he looked at the check I was writing, and he said my last name. He said, this is Raymond's grandbaby? I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, he tore it up, and he said, "No charge. I think her papaw is more than paid he said, "I think he's more than paid her dues." So, I thought that was pretty cool. That was like $60 I didn't have to pay. Oh, yeah, they do all kinds of stuff like that at Camp Jordan. I don't know who's running it now. And where they lived, where my in-laws lived, was just literally right behind it. So a lot of times it'd be like, we'd be out, we were out at night. My father-in-law would call us and go, "Can you drive through the park on the way home? Make sure all the lights are off." Thank you, Sandy. But anyhow, hang on, y'all. Look, Callie apparently would like to say hello. Maybe not. Callie, can you say hi? I promise she does like to be held. She just decides to be a little jumpy when I get on stream. Sorry, y'all. She's stuck in my... But did you, Dave? Or did you ever... I don't want to say a last name on here, but did you ever know Raymond at Camp Jordan? Yeah, she being shy. There we go. Now she's back. My wrestling buddy. Anyhow, this is my girl. One of them, anyway. Oh, you do know who I'm talking about? My daughter is his granddaughter. He was something else. Sure do miss that man. Even when I divorced his son, he informed me that I was still his daughter-in-law, whether I liked it or not. Can I help you? She's going to try to eat my thumb, y'all. Oh, really? So, what a small world. Yep, he was always doing stuff at that park. Oh, he was always there. I think he was there more than he was home. I mean, you may have known my ex-husband, and if you did, I'm so sorry. I was married to his youngest boy. I moved you for a reason. Yeah, Sharon's saying. Sharon knew my ex-husband, too. I'm sorry, Sharon. Then again, Sharon, I knew your ex-husband, so I think we're even. But anyhow, yeah, I knew you didn't. You tried to. You were nice to him, but I knew you didn't like him. I could tell. I think we were for the whole marriage. Maybe, I don't know. No, I can't ever say that I regret my first marriage. I can't ever, because I got my daughter out of it, and I wouldn't trade her for nothing. I adore that kid. Even though she's not a kid anymore, she got a kid of her own. Yeah, 20 years is quite a while back. Yeah, just regret who with. Alright, y'all, you know the drill here. You know the warning. Tobacco products. Hey, Tracy. Tobacco products will be in use. You know, y'all know that. I can tell Jasper's getting ready for bedtime when it took him a minute to follow me. Don't you be out here barking. For a minute, I didn't think he was going to follow me. But anyhow, hi there, and welcome back. You can't erase your past, just keep moving forward. And like I said, I won't regret it. I got my daughter. And now my grandbaby. And my grandbaby is precious. She's just the cutest little thing. I showed pictures of her a couple streams ago. Got on my laptop, and so I streamed on my laptop instead of this so I could show pictures. Verdon, we're doing good. How are you? Yes, good things can come out of dumb decisions. See, Dave, so you know. That's also why I now have a 22-year-old and a 5-year-old. Oh, Verdon, they're great. They're doing good. Jasper's out here with me. Jasper. There he is. Why? Don't try to eat the chair. You never try to eat the chair. Leave the chair alone. But anyway. Jasper, if a leaf blows the wrong way, he yells at it. My dad came over today for a little bit, mowed our yard, since we don't have a lawnmower, and he definitely does not trust me with his lawnmower. Oh, so you really do get it, Dave. Yes, bad leaves. Dave, how old is your granddaughter? Hush. A leaf moved. Dave, how old is your granddaughter? If you don't mind me asking. My granddaughter will be 5 months in a few days. And she's the only grandbaby on both sides. 20 months? Oh, that is such a cute age. And my granddaughter is... She's the only grandbaby on both sides of the family. That kid is going to be rotten. She already is rotten. Her other grandmother. And that look. Her other grandmother. Oh, really? See? Come on, Jasper. My oldest daughter was the only grandbaby for almost 17 years. Not quite, but almost. Oh, and the cats, yeah, they are definitely good. Hold on a second, y'all. Shelly's in the wrong place again. Shelly, get down. Get down, Shelly. Sorry, trying to get past Sabrina here to get to Shelly. Move. You ain't supposed to be there. You know that. Scooch it. Scooch. 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 I don't want to get the spray bottle after, especially after you. I don't like spraying you. Come on, Shelly. You know better. Usually she gets down on her own. Yes, she's on the crab tank. And it messes up. It messes with their humidity in there for the cats to be up here for some reason. So I can't let her, plus it tears the plastic. Get down. Thank you. Now, check on the crabs while we're here. See if we can find them. Oh, look, there's one. Right there. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. That's Scuttle. He doesn't normally come out that much. Don't know where. I don't know where the other ones are. Hey, Marla. Welcome in. Haven't seen you in here in a while. It's good to see you. Anyhow. Yeah, they are kind of cute. Oh, Dave, they're not really special. What do they eat? They eat mostly human food. I usually give them eggs with a little bit of the eggshell, with eggshell still in there because the shell's good for them. Carrots, grapes. They get banana sometimes. They get, now I do have some just crab food. It's Red River Shrimp, I think is what it's called. And then they've also, they come with some, first two I got were free to get home type thing. And they came with pellets, which that's all they were fed at that time. So I do mix some of the pellets in there just to try to finally get rid of them. But so they get kind of a mix of things. Mostly fruits and vegetables and some proteins. They like peanut butter. Oh, they have watermelon in there right now. Anyway. My daughter insisted on us buying a watermelon the other day, and there's no way we're going to eat it all before it goes bad, so gave some to them. And the rinds. Instead of throwing the rinds away, I can chop the rinds up and feed it to them. So. And look, Marla. It's Jasper. Come here, Jasper. There's Jasper. Oh yeah, I love watermelon. Anyway. So, yeah, tomorrow I might be kid-free for a little while. Jasper with his fancy jingle. I can hear him coming. And one cat wears a collar. And that's with a bell. And that's because he's my troublemaker. Tends to get into stuff he shouldn't. So I always need to hear him coming. And that's Squeaky. Jasper's all the time trying to get Squeaky to play, and Squeaky doesn't always want to. I say Squeaky won't always play with me. No, sometimes he will, but lots of times he won't. Oh. Anyway, it's also a reason that Squeaky is my youngest daughter's cat. Because he's just as mischievous as she is. Jasper. Anyhow, before I forget, y'all, if y'all haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would so greatly appreciate it. Trying to find a wedding venue. You think the courthouse it is, or Vegas and the Little White Chapel? Easier and cheaper. Hey, there's a wedding chapel in my town, Tracy. I'm just saying, if you want to come, just use the wedding chapel. In bad lag? I don't know how to fix that. Hang on just a second. Alright, guys. Yep, one dolly got married. I ain't too far from you. Yep. Is anybody getting really bad lag? I was told that there's bad lag on here. You lagged out, but you're back. Okay, Sharon. Wasn't sure if it was me or you or what was going on. Oh, it's fine now? Okay, good. Might have just been where I was standing in the house. There's not the greatest signal over there. And ironically, it's right next to the router. Alright. I don't know if it was your phone, Sharon, because I think looks like a couple other people might have been having trouble. Anyhow. I wonder where Papa's at tonight. He's usually in here by now. Hope he's alright. Maybe he's just taking the night off. We're supposed to tell Papa he's not supposed to miss a night. That's not allowed. And now Eric, I did talk to a little bit earlier. I sent him an email asking him some stuff. But so I know he's okay. All that proposing made him tired. Yeah. Papa cracks me up. Maybe he was our friend Kim came in here the other day, which I wish she'd pop in a few more times. I mean, at least I wish she'd pop in more, but she came in the other day, and it was her first time in a YouTube chat. Like, she had to make a profile just to be able to chat. And, of course, Papa proposed. She took him up on it. And I think she scared him. Actually, I know she scared him. He said he's terrified of Kim now. He is. Because she's like, he said, Kim, let's elope. She said, okay, when are we leaving? I don't know, those weren't her exact words, but that was the gist of it. Like, when are we leaving? I think it's shocking to have somebody actually take him up on it. Why did you just smack him? Callie just jumped over here and just whacked Jasper on the head for no reason. Poor Jasper. Anyhow, that he says he said she's like Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. He just doesn't know Kim. I hope she comes around more. Really, I do, because I think y'all would all love her. She's hilarious. And she can be intense, but she is hilarious. There's a reason the three of us have stayed such close friends for so long. I did too, Sharon. I was dying. I had to try not to laugh too hard because I'd be over here crying on the live. But yeah, especially afterwards when I thought about it, I was dying laughing. I think my cheeks were actually a little sore after that one. My charger keeps saying it's charging too slow. Anyhow, allergies. Sorry, y'all. My nose is itchy. And my eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. That must snuck up on me. So, has anybody got anything exciting planned this weekend? We do. We have. We're going to that pet expo on Saturday and making sure my kiddo don't sneak around the corner. We're getting her birds Saturday. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see her reaction when I tell her we're getting birds. I wish I could play it off like, well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get anything here or not, or I don't think we can this time. And then just bring out the travel cage that I got. But I don't know how I would do that and manage to video it and not tip her off. So, I think what I'm going to do is, when we get in the parking lot, I'm going to take the travel cage in a box. And maybe wrap it up, and tell her she can open it when we get there. And then take a video of her opening it maybe in the parking lot when she looks at it. I know she's going to look at it funny, like, what is this? I tell her it's we're going to be putting her gift in there. This does. Marla, I'm glad it missed y'all. I hope everybody's okay up there. You threatened to get her in this live the other night. Yeah. That was funny, Sharon. Yep. Alright, Lori. Yeah, that's the best way I can think of to do it, is to wrap up the travel cage. Then, have her open it when we get in the parking lot or something. Oh. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't seem to stop yawning. I may be going to bed a little bit early tonight. I figure we'll hang out here until, like usual, until Jen starts, and then we'll raid over there. Right, Marla? Yep, it is after midnight. I'm usually up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think I'm gonna make it tonight. Besides, Scott has a doctor's appointment tomorrow anyway that we gotta be up for. And my sister-in-law's coming to get the kiddo. Which is weird. It's just kind of weird because she's never kept her, so she always keeps scaring off Storm for some reason. Sharon, knock on wood. Right back here. This is sort of wood. Callie. What you doing, Callie? You did? Okay, good. Yeah, when I woke up early night, it wasn't feeling that great. I wound up laying down here on the couch. Sorry. So I could watch my kiddo and still, like I said, just lay down. But anyway, she was so sweet. She brought a blanket over and put a blanket over me. So I've just got the blanket laid across the couch now, but I just thought that was so sweet of her. She said, "Here, Mommy, I want you to feel better." Put a blanket over me. Sorry, I'm going to get everybody else counting. Let's see here. My battery. Look. We got Callie over here. Callie. What are you doing, Callie? Anyway. Yeah, the kiddo keeps saying she wants to be a doctor when she grows up and take care of people. I think she'll either be that or a nurse. Just her. And her nature. There's Skylar. This is Callie's daughter. She acts a lot like her mama. Don't you, Skylar? Oh, that's good, Dave. You got to have lunch with one of your kiddos today? Yeah. Hey, I know what you mean. My oldest lives an hour away. And I only get to see her maybe once a month, and the grandbaby too, and I hate it. I miss the days when she was just right here, when I could see her anytime I wanted. Because even after she first moved out of here, she moved in with my parents, which is only about 5 miles away. So, I'm so sorry, y'all. I cannot stop yawning. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit of a drive from Eastridge to Cookeville, isn't it? Yeah, dude, I'm going to have to get some here pretty soon. Because I have, a couple of hours. That's what I thought. I have plans tomorrow while the kiddo's not here. The bird cage needs some repairs. Just minor stuff, but I'm going to have to take care of that tomorrow while she's not here. That way it'll be ready Saturday. I was trying to kind of hang out until Jen came on, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. Anybody got anything, like I said, anybody got anything exciting planned for this weekend? Or anything exciting planned for next week? Seems like most of our plans here lately involve doctor's appointments. Alex's birthday, when's his birthday? And Dave, since you knew Raymond, you probably remember that he shook. Yeah, those essential tremors. His birthday's Friday. Well, happy early birthday, Alex. Yeah, but anyway, those essential tremors that Raymond had, my first father-in-law. A lot of their family members had it. Hey, Crafty. Welcome to Yawnville, because I can't seem to quit yawning. Anyway, Raymond, my first father-in-law, he had those where he's shaking it. A lot of people in his family, no yawnies, I'm trying. A lot of people in his family shook like that. It ran in their family pretty heavy. Ironically, they now think my current husband, Scott, they think that he has essential tremors. Nobody else in his family has it. I asked his sister today, and she said no. Nobody else in their family has it. So I just thought that was very ironic. Okay. If that keeps up, I'm going to have to cut it short, but they, so he has to go to a neurologist for that. He has to go to, they've got him referred to a new endocrinologist for the diabetes. They've got him referred to they've actually sent out 2 different psychiatrist referrals to see who can get him in first. Let's see. And if we're not going there that day, it seems like they're calling us about something, telling us about this specialist or that specialist. I'm having my own issues too, like with my legs. And I explained to the nurse when I called her the other day, I said, look, this is the nurse that we're friends with. Yeah, it's not anything. This is the nurse that we're friends with. When I talked to her the other day, I told her, I said, look, the other nurse that, whatever, I can't remember the girl's name. But I said, the other nurse that called me was zero help. She called to tell me that I didn't have a blood clot, which I already knew. They had pretty much let me know that when I did the ultrasound thing. Well, I said, so what about my legs? My legs are still swollen. I'm glad there's no blood clot, but my feet are still swelling really bad. Well, just prop them up and put heat on them. I said, okay. But what's causing it? How do I stop it? Well, you just gotta prop them up and put heat on them. Hey, Lori, welcome back. But how do I stop it from happening? And she didn't have an answer for me. She just kept telling me, well, just keep them propped up. I can't keep my feet propped up 24/7, lady. I have a child. So anyway, I explained all that to my nurse friend when I talked to her. She said, well, yeah, she's made it clear she's not a big fan of that other lady. No, that was the nurse that was telling me this. So now because she couldn't tell me anything that day or couldn't bother to go and talk to the doctor and ask him about it, now I have to go back to the doctor next week. I have an appointment on Thursday, I think. Right, I agree, Dave. I think so. It's like, and I even told my friend that when I talked to her, she said, yeah, exactly. I said, I don't want to know. I said, I know to prop my feet up. I know to put heat on them. That's not what I want to know. I want to know why they're swelling. Because, I mean, they're, they're really bad, y'all. Like, I can, press in on them and it just leaves the indentation for quite a while. And I mean, it looks like I have marshmallows stuffed to the top of my feet or something. It's bad. So anyway, I'm gonna go get that looked at next week. Right, exactly. And this she's fairly young. So if you don't know, if you're new at it, go ask somebody. Doctor, I mean, not my friend, the other one. Yeah, I'm going to get them to do that while I'm there, Sharon. Thank you, Sandy. Furosemide is your friend. What? Now, what is that? I don't think I've heard of that. I know I do, Sharon. But I don't know if you can tell me why my feet are swelling or what's going on with them, or that's what I need to know. Yeah, and that's what I told her. I said I thought maybe they could put me on a water pill. But my thing is, but why are they swelling? I don't understand why. But yeah, A1C and kidney test. I mean, there's a very good possibility that I am a diabetic. It runs in the family, and it's usually right around this age, somewhere in here that's when people tend to find out they're diabetic. So I need to get them to test all that because it is not comfortable. And like I told, salt problems and high A1C when swelling. Yeah. And see, it's like I told my friend when I talked to her yesterday. I said, I said it does hurt some. I said it's not so much painful. It's just very uncomfortable. It's like when I go to get up, I can feel my skin pull into my ankles. When if I go to point my toes, I can feel my skin stretching. It's really weird. My feet haven't swollen like this. Your mom has swelling from salt. No, Sharon is not. And I actually knew to check for that because, I had that cellulitis that time that tried to take me out. So I always check for that. But no, it doesn't feel hot or anything. We've had more than our fair share of, yes, Dave. Dave, my husband made that mistake of taking one right before bed. He didn't sleep that night. Yeah, trust me, the cellulitis. Yeah, back in 2015, it tried to take me out. So I got to check for it. 6 days in the hospital was not fun. Oh. But anyhow, actually, what was funny is that 6 days in the hospital was right before my divorce was final. And my sister kept telling him, she's like, look, she has to be out of this hospital by the 22nd. And she's like, look, she got divorce papers to sign. She has to be out of this hospital by the 22nd. That's what she kept telling him. Finally, she looked at me. This was on the 19th, I think, the 18th or 19th. We didn't know when I was getting out. She's like, if they don't get you out of this hospital on time, I am breaking you out. We are going AWOL. Yeah, see, I'm worried about all of those, Sharon. Tracy, that's a good point. And if I can't get answers this time, then I may go for another opinion. The reason I'm going back to the same doctor is because he's been my doctor since I was a kid. He's He's starting to get up there in age, but he knows what he's doing most of the time. And he knows me very well. I told him he's never allowed to retire. Ever. And he laughs at me and he rolls his eyes. But, he's, I don't think it's very often that you find somebody in their late 40s that's had the same doctor since they were like 8 or 9. He just happened to be brand new when he became my doctor. And yeah, he's been at it for a while now. Your doctor called you weird yesterday. Well, they weren't lying. You love me. But why did they call you weird? What tipped him off? But anyhow, if y'all get a notification about Jen going live, please let me know. Actually, you know what? She ain't going live tonight, is she? She's already been live today. I totally forgot. I forgot she was live earlier. Oh. I can't take, the antibiotic Ceftin. I can't take it, and I can't take any sulfa drugs, because if I do, I get very itchy, but I also get very confused. I don't know where I am or why I'm there or what to do about it, basically, or what day of the week it is. Listen, y'all. You hear that? Yes, Tracy, they sure can. Y'all hear this? You can't take vancomycin or morphine. So you must have had cellulitis at some point. Is that vancomycin? That's what they give for cellulitis. I mean, I'm sure they use it for other stuff too, but I must have heard about it for cellulitis. That's what I took. This is Sabrina, y'all, for those who don't know. And here's Callie. Yeah. That's good, Sharon. Really? Did you have like a reaction to it, Dave? So they gave me when I had my cellulitis the first time. I've actually had it a couple of times. When I had it the first time, they gave me vancomycin and Unison. You're getting snow? I want snow, Lori. Send it my way. I want it. Red man syndrome? Wow. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Sharon probably has. Yes, we need snow. I call this my little Velcro cat, because once she gets on me, there's no getting her off of me. This is the one I think I told y'all the story about the other day when, so we don't allow the cats in my daughter's room, which I sleep in there. Me too, Sandy. Oh, Dave, that's not good. All right, tell Justin we said hi. But the other day, when we don't allow the cats in my daughter's room, and I sleep in there with her because sometimes she wakes up with nightmares or whatever. But apparently, so at one point when I had gone in there that last night, I knew one of the cats. I'd seen one of the cats sleeping behind me, so I got him out. He's one of the easiest ones. And while I was getting him out, while I was calling him, I heard a cat sneeze in another part of the room. Not another part of the room, but like a few feet away from there. But, I thought, well, maybe that was just him. Because I looked over there, I didn't see anything. Well, the next morning I wake up and I'm petting somebody. And I'm like half asleep, and I really thought it was Jasper. I thought he had put his head on my chest and I was petting him. Then it slowly occurred to me as I woke up, I thought, this is too light to be Jasper. And Jasper never just lays his head on my chest. I open my eyes, and this girl is staring at me like, good morning. Oh no. Sharon, we could work on giving him a good scare. Couldn't we, Bree Bree? I love this girl, y'all. She's my girl. My Velcro kitty. There was a time when I allowed just her to sleep in the room. She even had a litter box and everything in there. Well, I forgave her the first couple of times she peed on the bed. But the last time she peed on me in the bed. So then we were done sleeping in there. We're having her sleep in there. That's been a while. Now my husband's trying to convince me to give her another chance. I'm like, no, you ain't the one that got peed on. Still not sure why she did that. You can send it to me, Tracy. Like we could divide it between me and Sandy. Yeah, I'm her property now. See, she used to stay a lot longer than that. And apparently Callie is going to leave me to death. Get plenty to go around. Look at that face, y'all. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? I just think Callie is so pretty. So is Sabrina. Oh. Yeah, I forgot Jen's not going live tonight because she was already live earlier. I forgot all about that. We'll hang out for a little bit. Hopefully I've stopped yawning for now. Unless y'all are done hanging out, but we'll hang out as long as y'all want to. Yeah, send me the other half. I want it. You can send it here to Georgia. That'd be awesome. Let me see your eye. Oh, my eyes are tired. They're dry. Yeah, they're red. They're bloodshot. They're red because I'm tired. And I put drops in a little while ago that tend to dry them out, but it's... Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, my drops that I have to do every night tends to dry them out, and I haven't put any... Not even sure if I know where my artificial tears are. Saw yellow and got a little worried. No, just tired. Y'all, I have this aunt. Yeah, thank you, Crafty. I am. Y'all, I have to brag a little bit on Crafty. She has always just shown her work on her camera, and we hear her voice, but we've never gotten to see her face. Well, I have, but on Zoom, on a mess video call or whatever. But she has never shown her face on camera on her channel, and she did today, y'all. And she did awesome. So I have to brag on Crafty for that. I'm really proud of you for doing that, Crafty. I know it's not easy. Oh, anyhow. And is your are my hands gonna be like really clean? Look, y'all, my hands are gonna be real clean. Oh, I bet you were crafty, but you know what? You didn't show it. You may have probably thought you showed it, but you didn't show it at all. But I have to brag, y'all. I've even gotten to see Jason. All right, Dave. Have a good night, and y'all stay safe out there. Hey, I babble too. Crafty, I know I do. There's sometimes I'm just talking and I don't even know what I'm saying. Then I realize what I just said probably made no sense. But you did so good. Yeah, I look back now on my very first live, and there was nobody there. It was just me, and it was only like a 5-minute live or something. But I look back on it now and think, wait a minute. When I babble, yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to tell y'all a minute ago. My aunt, she's not with us anymore, but I always thought it was funny that she's a school teacher, so she had her picture done every year, and in all of her pictures, her eyes are like. I asked my mom. I said, "Why does Aunt Betty do that with her eyes in every picture?" She said, "I guess she was worried that maybe that she wasn't opening her eyes wide enough. I don't know." But in literally all of her pictures, she's like. I thought if she looks at her kids like that, she's probably gonna scare them. Yes, it was my Aunt Betty. I sure do miss her. Let's see, the fourth. Is it the fourth now? I think it's the fourth now. No, the fourth is Friday. The fourth will make 15 years that she's been gone, and it doesn't seem like that long. And then her birthday would have been on the 18th of this month. Oh. Hi, Frieseman. Welcome in. No, I'm not British. I'm actually from the United States. I am from. If you know anything about the states here, I'm in Georgia, near the Tennessee state line. Are you British? Are you from Britain? Yeah, Tracy, it really is. And that year was probably the worst year of my life. Um, because my aunt died unexpected, and then we knew she had diabetes and that had not been under control for a long time. We knew that, but we didn't realize that she was that bad off until she just didn't wake up one morning. Well, that was April the 4th, and then on May 26th, May 26th that same year, her son well, technically he was a stepson, but she did a lot of the raising of him. So he's always told everybody him and his brother both always told everybody they had two moms. So her son on May 26th that year had a bad car accident and was passed away by June 11th. So within the space of just barely 2 months, we lost them both. Unexpected. And, honestly, my uncle and, my aunt's husband and then their other son, they've never fully recovered from it, I don't think. They've never been the same, and I don't blame them. Well, especially my uncle. Now, my cousin, the one who lost a brother, just 5 years later in May, I think maybe May 26th, that's for him too, I'm not sure, it's right around the same date. He had a brain aneurysm burst, and we almost lost him. So we decided we don't like that time of year except my sister's birthday. Right, Tracy, and I'm so sorry about your loss. Frieseman, so are you from Britain, Frieseman, or where are you chatting from? Now, I'm gonna go sit out here, kind of wake myself up a little bit. Yeah, it was bad when I lost my aunt. It was hard. It was really bad when I lost my cousin, because he was only 37. I was 32 at the time, and I absolutely idolized him. It's like in my mind he was immortal. Oh, Tracy, that's so sad. Hi, Alex. If y'all are wondering, of course, Alex is Sharon's other half. And you're now only 5 years away from that age. See, and it seems weird to me that I am now older, of course, than Johnny was. You're the best half. I said that, but that's kind of what I meant. But I was 32. Johnny was 37 at that time, so he was always a little older than me. He used to be a male model. At the time that he died, he was a fireman / EMT. Well, he yes, Sharon will tell you he was handsome. When he was doing his male modeling career, I got to tell y'all this story because it is hilarious. This was, and I'm dating myself here, but this was back during the time of the AOL chat rooms. Well, I got to talking to this guy in the AOL chat room that said he was from the same town in Florida that Johnny lived in. So I asked him if he knew him, and he's like, no, So I asked him if he knew his name. Yeah, not AOL. I asked him if he knew several other of my family members' last names down there, and he's like, no, I don't know any of them. Well, when we were talking, finally he said, I'm going to send you a picture of me. So I gave him my email, and he sent me a picture. I opened the picture, I looked at it. I came back to the chat, and I said, I thought you said you didn't know a Johnny Brooker. And he said, I don't. Why? I said, because you just sent me a picture of him. He never talked to me again. But he was taking, like I said, my cousin was a model, and he had somehow gotten a hold of his picture, and he was sending out Johnny's picture as his own. I told Johnny that when I saw him a couple months later, and he just thought that was the funniest thing in the world. He said, why would somebody do that? I said, have you looked in the mirror? Early catfish. I mean, for that guy, what are the odds? You're talking to somebody 500 miles away, send them a random model's picture, and it happens to be their cousin. Yeah, Johnny just thought that was hilarious. I will never forget that. I wish I had a picture of him handy and I'd show it to y'all. Yeah, small world, I guess. Really small. I bet he was. He never spoke to me again. If I came in a chat room and he was in there, he'd leave. I just thought, yeah. I wonder if I don't know if I've ever told Johnny's brother that story. I need to tell him. He'd probably get a kick out of it too. But anyway, yeah, he was what made it sad, I mean, even more sad, is that he was about to be engaged. Might as well call her his fiance. We all knew she was going to say yes. Even she knew that it was coming. He was just saving up to buy the rings. And he had, and not with her, but with an ex, he had a daughter that was only 5. That, I remember her mama saying that she had just signed her up for kindergarten. And she had to go back and change all the paperwork. And and change it to her father being deceased. I just thought that was so sad. And the thing is, Johnny was never one to brag about himself. He never would tell you the things he was up to. He'd listen to everything you told him about, but unless you specifically asked, he just didn't brag about himself. Well, his daughter lived up here. Like him and his ex, she had moved up here before she even knew she was pregnant. Well, so a lot of the family down there, for whatever reason, did not even know he had a daughter. Even though he'd had her down there before. They just didn't know. So when they put her name in with my aunt, they put her name in as one of the survivors, and some of my cousins were like, "Who's that?" We knew her because he'd bring her here, and he'd go pick her up and bring her here to spend time with her. As a matter of fact, I just saw her recently, and my gosh, she looks just like her daddy. She has his smile and everything. She's 18 now. 18 or 19. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to go off on that subject. But, I guess, probably is about time to wrap it up for the night, because I am pretty tired. But, anyway, plus we're just over an hour and a half in, so anyway, guys, like I said, I think I am going to sign off, because it's, getting pretty late, and I know my daughter's probably going to be up bright and early. For some reason, she ain't sleeping in on this spring break. But I love you guys, and remember, if y'all see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. They probably need it. But I will see y'all in the chats or on my next stream, which will probably be sometime tomorrow. I love you all. Sorry, I got one in my hand, so. Mwah. Thanks. You guys get some rest too. Good night. Oh, one more thing. Is Miss Kim live? I didn't know she was live. Well, in that case, somebody grab Miss Kim's link. We'll go room raid. Well, y'all can room raid. I'm going to bed. Just in case somebody doesn't have her link, can y'all pop it in here? And also, because Jen's not here to remind you, remember, if you need them, night meds. If Unless you're on the other side of the world and you need them. Day meds. Don't forget. Alright, and if we don't have Miss Kim's link, which I can't grab it because of being on my phone live, and I don't know if Sandy already left or not. And Sharon, do you have Miss Kim's link, or can you grab it? If y'all can grab her link, we will go over there. Okay, I think Sandy might have already left. Sorry, guys. I had an itch and I couldn't get to it. Just look up Miss Kim. Yeah, Miss Kim SP. Just look her up. She should pop up, or see if y'all can. Or Lori, I could toss you a wrench and let you put it in here if Sharon can't find it. Oh, I think, there you go. Sharon got it. But, you know, Lori, well, if you don't mind, I'll toss you a wrench, and that way if that happens again, you've got one. Hold on a second. There you go. But anyway, you guys, I love you. Go over there, see Miss Kim, tell her I said hi. And I may pop in and say hi before I go to sleep, but there you go, Lori. Looking good in blue. Love you guys. Bye.